Good morning. It's so great to have you all back. So pleased to see you all. And we're all so impressed with how you behaved yesterday. So thank you. So we also know that you're very concerned about how your GCSE grades will be awarded this year. So the point of this presentation is to let you know what we know. We've always tried to keep you in the loop and to make sure you have as much information as possible. So what I'm going to do now is share with you what we know and the plans that we've made so far. Here's a timeline of what we've planned. The key difference this year is that we need hard evidence. So we need to make sure that we get that evidence in the various states the exam board want it. So from now on until we break up for Easter, we will be making sure that you have all the knowledge and skills to get the best grade you possibly can. This might mean finishing off topics or consolidating topics that have been covered during lockdown. The Easter holidays. The Easter holidays is going to be your time to revise, ready for the in-class assessments that you can see on the screen. And in later slides, I'll refer to these as the May assessments. So your Easter holiday will be guided revision. So we will let you know which topics you need to revise for these assessments. You need to be aware that they're not the full set of exams you were expecting. They are very much a cut down version, and they will be done in class. Once those assessments were done, then we will expect you to keep on working. And as it says on the screen, it is your time to shine. We will give you some guidance on how you can improve your grade and make sure that you have the skills and knowledge for your next steps, wherever that may take you. We have put in the assessments over 2 weeks, just so we can spread them out and make sure that you're not doing 5 hours of assessments every day. This is a diagram from Ofcom. So I will get some posters of these made and they will be in your tutor bases so they're there as a reminder and you can ask questions about them. But what does this all mean for you? The evidence we're going to ask you for will depend on the subject. Art and photography we know will be based on your portfolio. Other practical subjects will be based on your non-examined assessment or your coursework, however you want to think about it. Any assessments you've done in class, classwork, homework, and the May assessment. In other subjects where there's no NEA, then it will be any assessments you've done in class, classwork and homework, and the May assessment. The assessments in class could go back to the beginning of year 10. It just depends if they're going to provide support for the grade that we want you to have. In practice, this means that we would like you to bring in all of your exercise books you can find and your assessments so that we can keep that as evidence to go for moderation or to the exam board if it's called in. So please have a good look for them and bring them in. Now I'm sure you've all got a rough idea of the grade you're working at. And the question I suspect we're going to be asked more than ever is how can I improve? The plan is that there'll be ongoing conversations with you about what you need to improve. There will be a progress evening on the 1st of April so that we can share this information with your parents. After the May assessments, we may set you specific classwork or homework so that will give us more evidence. However, please remember, this has to be your work. It can't be a group effort. Once we have all the evidence, then we have to moderate it and quality assure it so that we're certain that it's fair and that it's accurate. We've divided this up into 4 phases. So the first phase is that every subject team will look at the grades, look at the evidence and check that that stacks up with the information we get from the exam board. The second phase is that once we have all the grades, I will look at them over the half-term break and compare them with the distributions from previous years. Now, this doesn't mean to say that your grades will be dumbed down or pushed up. It just means that we have to be aware of how you compare with previous years, not last year's. Last year's were very different. The heads of department will then meet with some of ELT and look at samples of the grades and see if we agree with them. And the final step is that Mr. Smith will check over everything that we've done. He has to sign a declaration to say that everything has been done correctly and that the grades are accurate. Remember, the grades are going to be based on evidence, not on your behaviour, whether it's been very good or very bad. It's based on the evidence that is put in front of us. Results day will be Thursday, the 12th of August. All students have had the right of appeal, and every year we send off work to be remarked by the exam board. If you think your grade is wrong, then you can ask to see if we have made an administrative error. If we haven't, and you're still unhappy about your grade, then you can ask it to go to the exam board. And we will be asked by the exam board to provide the evidence that we have based your grade on. They will only change your grade if there is a significant difference between the grade that we gave you and the grade they would give you. And you need to remember that grades can go down. So what do I want you to remember from this? Well, we want you to keep attending lessons. We want you to keep doing homework. This is about getting the skills, not just to get your grades, but to prepare you for the next steps. Talk to us about anything you don't understand. And it's a difficult time for everybody. So you need to be nice to each other and you need to be nice to yourself. Don't go piling on extra pressure. It really doesn't work. So thank you for listening. This will go on to the website and the link will be sent to your parents. Please ensure that they watch it because it's important that they know how you're going to be judged as well as you do. Thank you again.